Hi, 1HG! With permission from Scholastic, today I'm going to read Junie B. Jones' Boo, and I Mean It, Chapter 7 and maybe 8. And I think 8, yeah. Okay. After we left grouchy Miss Morty's, we went to the rest of the houses on our street. I got raisins and a pencil and a box of trail mix. I said thank you to all those people. This is the fibbingest day of my life, I told Mother. At the end of the block, we turned the corner. Then, wowie wow wow, I saw 2 trick-or-treat girls coming my way. It was Cinderella and her fairy godmother. I just couldn't resist myself, I tell you. I made scary claws with my fingers and I raised my arms in the air. I ran at those 2 like a whiz. Ah, ah! I screeched, I'm Screamy the Clown, I'm Screamy the Clown. They stopped very fast and watched me with their eyes. I ran all around in a scary circle. Ah, 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 I screamed. Then finally I got dizzy and I stopped to take a breath. While I breathed, I made a scary clown face. Grr, I said. Grr, grr, grr. Cinderella looked at Fairy Godmother. Do clowns say grr? She asked. The Fairy Godmother shrugged her shoulders. What did she say her name was again? Cinderella thought for a second. Creamy, she said. I think she said Creamy the Clown. I stomped my foot. Not Creamy, Screamy! I hollered. I'm Screamy the Clown and I can scare the pants off you. Then I made more claws and I jumped up and down very frightening. Boo! I shouted. Boo! And I mean it! They looked at each other and did more shrugs. Cinderella started walking again. Here's the picture. Sorry, Creamy, but you're just not scary, she said. Fairy Godmother nodded. You're making a fool out of yourself, sister, she said. Then they bonked me on my head with her wand, and she started walking too. I stood there real glum. Pretty soon Mother and Ollie caught up with me. Mother said I'm acting like a lunatic, and I have to stay with her and Ollie. Then she held my spenders so I couldn't run away anymore. My shoulders slumped very much. Yeah, only why would I even run away again, I said, because I can't scare a flea, I tell you. I glanced down at my big, fat pants. I look like a clown in this getup, I said, real embarrassed. I do not feel brave anymore. Finally, Mother let go of my spenders and she held my hand. I walked real slow and nervous, and I looked for monsters in the dark. Also, I swatted the air over my head, or else a bat might land in my clown wig. Mother kept on pulling me. Come on, Junie B. Move your feet, she said. Just then I heard voices behind me and I quick spun around and oh no, it was a witch. A witch was behind me on the sidewalk and she was walking with a skeleton guy. I quick yanked my hand away from Mother and I dived behind a bush. Scatter, people, scatter, I yelled. Junie B, come back, called Mother. And here's the picture. My heart pounded and pounded, but I did not go back. Instead, I crouched into a teensy clown ball and I peeked through the bush branches. The witch was wearing a pointy black witch hat and a long black witch dress. She passed Mother on the sidewalk. Hello, said Mother. Moo, said Ollie. The witch laughed at him. I think he means boo, she said to the skeleton. Then both of them laughed some more and they kept on walking. I flopped back, very relieved. Whew, I said. That was a close one. And I wiped my nervous head and tried to calm my breathing. Only too bad for me, because all of a sudden Mother came running around the bush, and she got me by my spenders again, and this time she didn't let go. Okay, chapter 8 is Candy. Dear little candy wrapper that I'm writing on with my new pencil. Halloween was a very long night. After the witch, we saw 2 monsters and 3 more witches. Witches are big candy eaters, apparently. I hid behind Mother till they were gone. Ollie mooed at them. Cows are braver than they look. From Junie B. Jones. After I finished writing, I pulled off my clown nose and I did a breath of fresh air. So glad that night is over, I said, real relieved. Just then, Grandpa Miller came to my room to say goodbye. He and Grandma were going to the airport to pick up my daddy from his business trip. Only bad news, because Daddy wouldn't be home till after I was asleep, so I couldn't even see him till morning. I hugged Grandpa very tight and I gave him my trail mix to eat in the car. Frank Miller will eat anything. Mother was giving Ollie a bath. I dumped my Halloween back out on my bed and I lined up my stuffed animals to look at it. Wow, said my Raggedy Andy named Larry. You got 1,000,000 candy bars almost. Yes, said my Raggedy Ann named Ruth. Too bad about the dumb apples and raisins, but the rest of it looks so good. I know, I said. Mother took Ollie and me on 4 entire streets. It was very scary, but I made a good haul. Philip looked at me kind of surprised. It was scary? He asked. How come it was scary? I thought you were being screamy. I sighed, very tired. Yeah, only no one's afraid of Screamy, I said. Not even a fisherman or dumb Cinderella or crazy old fairy godmother. After that, all my stuffed animals hopped in my lap and we did a group hug. Don't worry, said Philip Johnny Bob. You'll be braver next year, I bet. Yes, I said. Next year I will be a cow. After that, I started to count my candy. Philip did a gasp. Peanuts? He said. Is that peanuts I see? I did a giggle. Then I opened the peanuts and put one in Philip's trunk. It fell out again. Shoot, said Philip. I tried 2 more times, then I took him to my desk and I taped the peanut there. He said, delicious. After that, I gave a peanut to Larry and Ruth and Teddy, and I ate the rest myself. Also, I ate a gummy worm, and I chewed my pack of sugarless gum. After a while, Mother called to me from Ollie's room. Junie B, did you wash your face and take off your costume yet? It's really late, honey. You've got to go to bed. I shut my door very quiet because I was too sleepy to wash my face. That's why. I quick took off my clown pants and I crawled under my covers. I'm ready in bed, Mother, I called back. I yawned, very sleepy. I'm going to sleep now, okay? See you in the morning. Then I turned out my light and I pulled the sheet way over my head so Mother wouldn't see that I didn't wash my face. My eyes felt heavy and pooped. I did another yawn. Then I went right to sleep and I dreamed I was a cow. Okay, I'm actually going to read chapter 9 too because it's the last chapter in the book. So we'll just finish and then next time we'll start a new one, okay? Chapter 9, Welcome Home. In the middle of my dream, I thought I heard my door open. I opened my sleepy eyes a tiny bit. Junie B, whispered a voice. It was still dark in my room. I rolled over to see who was talking, and all of a sudden a voice yelled real loud. Ah! It said. I sat straight up. My heart pounded and pounded. Someone was standing next to my bed. I squinted to see who it was. And guess what? I think it was my daddy. He was standing in the dark. And his hand was over his mouth. Daddy, I whispered, is that you? Junie B, is that you? Daddy whispered back. He turned on my light. Oh my gosh, he said. No wonder you startled me. You still have your makeup on. Just then Mother came hurrying into my room. Junie B. Jones, I told you to wash that clown makeup off, she said. You could have scared your poor daddy to death. Daddy was patting his heart with his hand. Sorry, Daddy, sorry I scared you. I said, sorry. After that, I sat there for a second. Then my mouth did a little grin. Did I really scare you, Daddy? Huh, did I? You're not just saying that, are you? I really, really scared you, right? My goodness, Junie B, I've never seen anyone who was so thrilled about scaring people. It's not a very nice thing to do, you know. She quick grabbed the tissue and tried to wipe off my clown face. Great, she said. All this does is make you smudgy. I giggled at that funny word, then I peeked around at her. Boom! I'm smudgy, I said. I'm Smudgy the clown. Daddy raised his eyebrows. You are who you are, he said. Then he quick plopped on my bed, and we tickled each other very silly. After we got done, we hugged and hugged very much, because I missed that guy, I tell you. I showed Daddy all my Halloween stuff. If it wasn't for those dumb apples and raisins, I'd have 100% candy now, I explained. And so wait till you hear this, Daddy. Daddy said he would eat my raisins, and Mother said she would eat my apples. And so now my candy is 100% perfect. Finally, Mother put all my candy bars back in a bag, and she washed my face with a washcloth. Then she and Daddy tucked me back into bed, and they closed my door. Only here's the bestest thing of all. Because as soon as my mother was gone, Daddy quick opened the door again, and he whispered a quiet secret. Psst, he said real soft. You scared the pants off me, Junie B. Jones. I giggled at that nice compliment. Then I hugged Philip Johnny Bob, real happy, and I smiled myself to sleep. And that's it for Junie B. Jones. Boo, and I mean it. And next time, we'll read book number, I think it's 25. Bye, 1HG. I miss you so much. Have a great day. Or night.